Alrighty, what's going on, boys? Welcome back to episode 22 of the Monday Morning Quarterbacks Pod. We are officially back for the season. Football's 2 weeks away from tomorrow, but when this goes live, today. How we feeling, boys? Welcome back.
I feel great.
Happy to be back. So excited for the season.
Fair.
T-minus 9 days.
So fantasy's back, betting's back. I'm pumped for it. College starts I think
8
tomorrow,
days.
right?
Minus 8
Oh,
days.
College started last Saturday.
Well, yeah, but week 1 starts
Yeah,
tomorrow.
well, we're talking NFL here.
We're talking football here, bud.
The Paralympics actually started today. For those who give a fuck.
We got to cook
The
up some
Paralympics
Paralympic
are
parlays.
I feel like the Paralympics should be the lead up to the Olympics.
They started.
Anyways, we got final roster announcements. All the teams got their 53-man rosters locked in. I mean, might as well. It wouldn't be a NFL Monday Morning Quarterbacks podcast without talking about the Packers a little bit, right? We're currently without a kicker. Cut
We don't need
Joseph and Carlson. Well, actually, they did pick up. They picked up another kicker that I'd never heard of, but he's 5 for 6 in the preseason, and he's 2 for 2 on extra points, I believe. Had never heard of him, but we did pick him up. How we feeling about the Packers going into this year? I guess the NFC North in general. How we feeling?
Toughest division in the NFL.
Well, it's
Tough
fantasy
division.
drafts. I've been going through a lot of fantasy drafts. The
I
biggest
can't
question
see
mark I have with the Packers
Connor or
is the
Josh.
wide receiver. Yeah, so
But
I don't know.
anyway,
what the, Packers
I
gonna
think
do with
it's a
wide
tough
receiver. Do
division.
you guys have a depth chart yet?
I can't hear him either.
Guys, we gotta get it
Um,
together.
Tough
Take it from
division.
the top. We gotta take it from the top.
Holy, oh. Can we do
Because Connor
the
and
intro
Jeff
again?
are both having full-on conversations right now at the same time.
I think
I
both
can't
the
see or hear
analysis
it.
was going to be pretty brutal either way, if I'm being honest here. We might as well get to the good analysis of the Packers winning the NFC North.
Oh, here we go.
The real question is there going to be 2 playoff teams in the North or 3 playoff teams in the North?
3.
Or are the Packers going to be the lone wolf out of the North to make it?
It's gonna be 3.
I think I
Bears
left my
and
crystal
Steelers.
meth somewhere else.
Can I bet on the Packers not to make the playoffs? Is
You
that a bet?
can.
Yeah, it's actually a lock of the year, Connor. I'm with you.
I'm looking it up
You
right
should
now.
bet. You should put a bunch of money on it, I think.
Oh,
There
God.
goes Jeff. Good work. Good work, boys. Good work, everyone.
Should we just go straight into the divisional predictions when he comes back?
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Is
I mean,
that-
we might as well just start with the NFC North. We'll go through. We'll pick each division one by one. We'll all say who we think we're gonna win it. I'll keep track of it too, and do a little, I guess, end of the year, see who did the best.
Oh, I have a parlay for that already. Let me see who I pick.
I'm going with the Packers to win the NFC North.
Who's 2, 3, and 4?
Lions will be 2, Bears will be 3, Vikings will be 4.
I think that's the standard order.
I got the
Why
Lions
needs
on
to be-
top, and I don't know how anyone could have the Packers or the Bears on top of the Lions after the season they just put up.
Yeah, I mean the Packers were in the playoffs, so it's not that hard to imagine. But
Lions were too.
The only time Lions were Packers fans is when they played the Cowboys. They get another home game.
Smacked them around a little bit. It's just
Aaron Jones.
It's just a tale as old as time. We own the Cowboys in the playoffs. The Niners own us, and then the Niners can't win it in the Super Bowl.
and they're just gifting Patrick Mahomes more Super Bowls. Does
Pete.
anyone have it? Connor, you said you got the Lions winning it all.
I got the Lions winning in that division.
Who's the second, third, and fourth?
I'll go Bears second, Packers third, then Vikings a close fourth.
Damn.
Wow, the disrespect.
It's gonna hurt when you guys
FG.
lose to someone who paints their fingernails twice.
Woo!
Maybe 3 times in the same year.
Put some money where your mouth is, buddy. I'm sensing our first little in-season bet. You want to do Packers record versus Bears record?
Well, I know we got the Colts versus Packers week 2, so I want to save up something for that. But yeah, I'll do a little bet.
Save up. What are we doing here?
Packers. Are we doing Packers versus Bears head to head, or are we doing overall record?
I'm good with any of the above. We could go in, smack Anthony Richardson's bum ass. Anthony Richardson is such a fraud, and it's insane that people are worshiping him when he's literally played like 3 games in his NFL career and he's looked okay.
I'd say he's probably a year away from being a year away, but
He's
just
a
bright
year
in the
away
horizon
from
as long as
being a
he
year
works.
away. So he's 2 years away?
Yeah, he's a year
He's
away
agreeing
from
with
being a
your
year away.
take.
Okay.
He's agreeing with your take on Anthony Richardson. That's what it sounds like.
Okay.
His accuracy is the problem. I mean, he can run. He's athletic as he's ever gonna be. So like with the option, you can't really stop him. But when it comes to like actually passing, that's
Can we lock in, boys? I know it's episode 1, but we can't go from talking about the NFC North picks.
This is what Connor does. He
No,
veers
but we
everything
gotta
back to
I
the
didn't bring him
Colts.
up.
What he does,
All
but
roads
he
lead
likes
back to the
Be
Colts.
the little sheep herder guy and say, Connor, shut up. We're going NFC North picks. I got Bears, Lions, Packers, Vikings. Write that shit down. No analysis from me. I'll let them do the talking.
they're all gonna be wrong.
We got Bears at 1.
I think that is over for. I'm not gonna lie. That's fine though.
I'm gonna be honest. The most biased Packers fan on the world, on planet Earth, just said I'm 0 for 4 because he's glazing a Packers team that is like 1 player away from being a high schooler at every position on the roster.
Well, there was 3 other rankings that weren't Packers on that ranking list, and so I mean, I think all 4 of them were incorrect.
If JJ was starting, I'd have the Packers at 4.
That's crazy. What do you got, Hefe? What do you got for the North?
So I just looked at both teams' schedules, and the Packers kind of have a tough schedule, I feel like. So
They all got the same schedule.
huh?
They
They
all have
don't
the same
all.
schedule.
No, they
No,
don't.
two
They all
of
have
them
different
do. 2 of
schedules.
them-
The divisions have the same schedule.
They play the same.
but-
They play like same divisions across, but then you also play. If you finish first in your division, you play all the other people. That
All the other
finished
ones
first.
from last year.
But if you
Yeah.
finish 4th in your division, you're playing all the other 4s. So that's where the schedule differs a bit.
Like, the Bears
Really?
have the Commanders and the Panthers, and
Connor's a little new to the NFL.
I don't know. I feel like the Packers have tougher games. I almost want to go with Connor. And
Technically,
his,
the
like-
Lions should have the hardest out of the North.
Yeah. Because they finished 1, so they got to play
Yeah.
all the other 1 seeds. Like, one of those 1 seeds are the Bills, and I feel like the Bills got worse this
Definitely got
offseason.
worse.
So, I mean,
But Josh Allen.
and we know how you feel
We
about
don't
Josh
have to get to that right now. We got NFC North locked in. Let's head over
Nice
to
locking.
Let's head over to the NFC East. What are you boys thinking for that division?
Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly.
Ooh, Saquon in green and white.
Cooper DeJean. It's not even about Saquon. It's about Cooper DeJean and the Jackie
Rob.
Robinson
These
cornerbacks.
guys talk about the second corner the Eagles drafted in the draft. Like, that's going to make a goddamn difference about how the Eagles play this year. Why do we let him on? Does anyone think?
Talking about
You can't be a
practice.
fan of- you can't be a fan of the white corner.
You can be a
I'm not
fan
saying
of
it's going
him.
to change their defense.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm locking
Because
in.
I can't say
Sorry.
that I like Cooper
Mr.
DeJean.
Diversity over here.
What can I say? The one live on the pod.
All right. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, even like looking at the teams, I still feel like, you know, Eagles have the best team. Deron Bland's out 6 to 8 weeks for the Cowboys. I mean, they signed CD again, but like whatever.
The
Or re-signed
disrespect,
CD.
the disrespect on CD, but whatever.
Holy cow, man.
How many catches did he have last
Dude,
year? Like 140,
140
150?
catches for 1,500 yards, was the best receiver in the league. What do you got to do to get Jeff's respect in the NFL?
So I got Eagles, Cowboys. I like Jaden Daniels. Give me not Redskins. Commanders
Oh,
and
now who's Mr. Diversity, huh?
and then the Giants. A Giant. Yeah, that's my NFC East ranking.
I'm gonna lock mine in real quick. Cowboys. Dak breaks the streak this year, wins a playoff game, maybe two. Eagles are going to continue the way they finished last season, being dog shit. I think Sirianni gets fired by week 12. Commanders suck, but they're better than the Giants, who may very well be number one pick in the draft next year. There's my analysis.
Danny Dimes is throwing for 4,000 yards.
Danny Dimes is
Yeah.
more than half the
That's
game.
all we need for all the parlays. 25 to 1 for Danny Dimes to throw for 4K. I believe.
Calm down. I got like 6 months worth of no pod and anger just built up right now. I'm coming out the gates too hot. I'm sorry, boys.
You guys see Malik? They unretired number 1 for the Giants, so Malik could wear 1.
I did see that. Written permission from the family. Love that.
It's kind of
Who
cool.
was number one on the Giants that was retired for?
No one. That doesn't matter. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I honestly didn't even know who it was, but still kind of cool.
It's
a
cool.
lot of that's a lot of pressure, honestly, taking a number that was retired and as a rookie. But
Yeah, to win 3 games and have 900 yards received can be crazy.
I'm gonna go. Cowboys are gonna win the division. Eagles are gonna be 2 and gonna be a playoff team as well. I got the Commanders in 3 and the G-Men in the 4 slot. Same order as P, I'm pretty sure.
Yep. Yes, sir.
Yeah, the Cowboys are actually terrible. And their identities kind of been running the ball with Zeke there for a while. Even with Pollard, they do not have a running back that I trust. I think they got Zeke, Rico Dowell, and then
They signed Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, Dalvin.
Who said
he's
that?
on the practice squad right now. Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. But either way, I mean, if you can't run the
formality.
ball in the NFL, I don't think you're. I don't think they're going to be a playoff team. I think they finished second in the division. Give me the Eagles at number 1, and then let's do the Giants at number 3. Commies number 4.
Who finished winning that division last year? The Cowboys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
The
the Eagles went to
Well-
Tampa and lost a wild card game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cowboys had the 2 seed.
I think
Two.
2.
The
2
Lions
seed,
were
and then
great.
played the Packers, who were the 7. Is that right?
Right. That sounds right.
I don't know.
All right, I got the Eagles at 1. I think they're going to dominate this year. The Cowboys at 2.
Except week
Wouldn't
1.
be surprised if the Cowboys miss the playoffs. Commanders 3, Giants 4.
I'm not
Giants gonna be
disagreeing
terrible.
with anything.
Giants gonna be
Rather
terrible,
have-
but Danny Dimes is throwing for 4K.
That's all we want.
Would you
That's
That
all
rather
we
have
need.
Jaden Dimes or Jaden Daniels this year?
What'd you say, Connor?
Would you rather have Danny Dimes or Jaden Daniels this year? I'd rather have Danny Dimes.
Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniel, for sure.
To our one listener, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
You want to make a bet?
I want to
versus
make
Daniels.
all the I don't want to
Jaden
make all
Jaden
Daniels
the
with
Daniels
Danny Dimes?
versus Daniel Jones.
What's the bet?
We
Big
could
fist
do
fight. MMA
total
fight.
pass yards. We could do total pass yards. We could do passer rating. We could do touchdown to interception ratio. We could. I don't want to do fantasy points per game. That's not really measuring like, you as a
He's a
quarterback.
runner. He's a runner. He's a track star.
Straight QBR. Just QBR vs QBR.
Vanilla Vic, dude. They both run.
I mean, I'm cheering on Danny Dimes pass yards heavily with my betting, so I'm not gonna try and bet against myself here. But
Yeah, I don't want to root both ways.
His only go both ways, boys.
I just would rather have. I mean, Jaden. Are you talking about just for this year? Who you would rather
Yeah,
have?
just for this year. I don't like rookie quarterbacks like year one. I mean, what's the
Unless their
record
name's
for
CJ
most
Stroud.
passing touchdowns? Like 28. What's the record in the NFL? Like 52 or something like that.
Jaden is
Like
a running
Mike-
quarterback, but he is probably one of the better passers of the running quarterback tier in the NFL. So of the Jaden Daniels, Lamar Jacksons, he is probably one of the better passers.
He has a great
Might be
deep
the
ball.
best. Might be the best running back passer in the league.
Might be a better passer than Jalen Hurts. Is that crazy to say?
Possible.
I don't think Jalen Hurts is
It's
that
not
good of
crazy.
a passer.
I think he's like equal to Kyler Murray, maybe.
So the record for rookie passing touchdowns is 31, set by Justin Herbert in 2020.
Ooh,
Go.
What's the passing record like without rookies, just in general?
57, Peyton Manning.
Peyton did it, and
56, 57.
yeah, something like that.
A lot of interceptions.
He had 6 tutties week 1 with that squad. DT, RIP.
Yeah.
Wes Welker, Julius Thomas, no Sean
Brandon-
Moreno.
Brandon Lloyd, I think, had like 1,500 that year or something crazy.
Yeah, that offense was probably top 2 offense of all time.
And then they lost in the Super Bowl, 40-8.
Got smacked.
They got one with the Broncos, didn't they? It wasn't that year, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they beat Seattle.
I think it
What
was the
was
year
that
When
year?
Von Miller trade.
or a couple.
No, they beat the Panthers.
They beat the Panthers.
Yeah.
They lost to
Cam
Seattle.
Newton.
Scam. Didn't want to dive on that fumble, but love Scam.
Yep.
Funny guy. All right, let's move
Yes,
on over to the NFC West. We got the Cardinals, Rams, Niners, Seahawks. How we feeling, boys?
This one's tough to pick.
Niners to win at the division.
I agree. Is anyone not picking the Niners to win that division?
I'm on the Niners.
I think I'm on the Niners.
That's a tough to pick the 2, 3, 4, though. I mean, Rams, Seahawks, Cardinals, I'd say are all pretty even this year. I would put Cardinals in my 2, Rams in my 3, Seahawks in my 4. But I think they'll all have very close records.
I'll do Niners 1, Rams 2, Cardinals 3, Seahawks 4.
I'm with Josh. The definition of a mid team is the Seahawks. Just mid.
You can't.
I think
Yeah.
they're all.
Do you know
I think they're
the
all-
definition of mid quarterback?
I agree with everything that's said, and I think that all three are very even. I got Seahawks, Cardinals, Rams. I put Rams at lowest because I don't trust their D, and I don't trust Staff. 2 things I don't trust, and eventually Staff's going to have that year where we have to say goodbye, and I think it's going to come soon. And then their D, Aaron, really young, not sure there's a pass rusher in sight. So I like the Cardinals to like be over the Rams, and then the Hawks, I think, at least still have like an identity somewhat with a solid run game and a DC that coach at Michigan, so they got a little bit of that pro Michigan style identity where they're going to run and control the tempo of the games. So I think they're all going to miss the playoffs, but that's the order I got.
Cardinals sneaky playoff team this year with Kyler.
Potentially. Receiving core is shambles.
Trey McBride, fantasy football tight end one this year. I'm a Trey McBride believer.
There's mixed takes on him.
What'd you say?
There's such mixed takes on him. Like some people love him and some people just hate him.
He's a college hooper.
True.
Let him cook. Just go up and get it.
Tight end 3 or 4.
Who's 1, 2, and 3? Laporta, Kelsey, Pitts.
Yeah, I don't know about Pitts, Laporta, Kelsey. I don't know, all the normal ones. I think Mark
Kittle.
Andrews is pretty bad.
McBride 1, Pitts 2. Let him cook.
We love Pitts.
I'm not a huge fan.
It's
I
now
don't
or
know if
never.
Pitts is gonna- Kincaid could be good if Knox just
He's
doesn't
interesting.
take half.
He's very.
Love
Connor
him.
going to pick. Connor left.
Did he not pick it?
I don't think so. Connor, you pick West?
I agreed with Jake.
Okay, got you.
Cool. Well, let's move on over to the NFC South. We got the Falcons, Panthers, Saints, Bucks. I mean, it's probably going to be a terrible division in football again, but Bucks and Falcons are both interesting. Panthers and Saints, I think, are going to be 2 bottom 5 teams in the league this year.
I think the Panthers could repeat.
I wouldn't be that surprised, honestly. Their defense,
I'll
they had a
do-
top 5 defense last year. I don't know if you guys know that, which was very surprising to me. I just heard that the other day.
Interesting.
They were a quarterback away from being a contender last year, honestly.
I'll do the
So they brought
Falcons
in-
1, Buccaneers 2, Saints 3, Panthers 4. Kirk Cousins leading the Falcons to the playoffs.
Coco Giants had a little fun birthday celebration at the water park the other day. Got a little rowdy.
This is my hot take of the year. I'm taking the Panthers to win the division.
Crazy.
It's a
And
hot
then
take.
I'm gonna go
Are they gonna-
Falcons, Tampa, New Orleans.
How are the Panthers going to score points this year?
Well, they brought in his name Callahan or whatever, that new coach, who revived Geno Smith's career and revived Baker's career. So they brought in Deontay. We'll see what he can do with Bryce Young.
How many games has Deontay played in the past 3 seasons, Jeff?
Not a lot. But it's
How
a new
old is
season.
Adam? How old is Adam Thielen, Jeff? Who's the starting tight end, Jeff?
Xavier Leggett. All right.
Like
He's not the tight end.
University of South Carolina. Okay. All right.
All right, no, that's all right. Solid. You passed. I'm gonna go Falcons 1 because they threw money around like they didn't have anything to lose, which I really like that mentality. And I think it's gonna pay off because this division is so shit. That's just like I feel like the money they put on defense, the money they put on offense, I think has gotten up. It's gonna pay off in my opinion. I like the Bucks too, also to be a wild card team. I think they're just solid coached by Bulls, and I do really like what they got going down there. And Saints 3, Panthers 4. I like the Panthers and where they're going, but still not there yet. And the general manager hire that they did was so uninspiring. They hired the assistant GM of this dude that watched the dumpster fire get built. And they're like, yeah, let's hire the assistant GM rather than like getting an outside guy to like fix our culture and shit. So I think they're like the worst owned team in the NFL now that that Commanders guy is gone, and I think they're the worst run team, and they're going to continue to be trash cans until they figure that out. So, my Panthers take.
Maybe P and
The
Jeff should
winner.
do a little bet.
I
Panthers.
would get better
That's
odds
what?
on
Yeah, I'd
FanDuel.
have
I
to
don't
give
think that's
him
doable.
25-1 for the Panthers to win the division for him to do that.
Yeah.
You could do if the Panthers finish over under 500.
Jeff
Their
wouldn't take
line
that.
is
He's too
probably like
smart.
5.5 games,
Yeah.
I would guess. Did you pick the South yet, Connor?
Oh yeah, so I was about to say, I think the winner of this division is probably gonna be pretty close to 500. I think you could be a game below 500 and still win this division. But yeah, I got the Falcons. I believe in Kirk Cousins and the offense they got there. Then I'm just going based off quarterbacks. I think Baker's the second best quarterback in that division. Then I'm going Saints, Derek Carr, and then Panthers. I think Bryce Young's out of a job after this year, backing up somewhere after this year.
Bryce Young out of a job already.
He's out of a starting job, I'll say.
Who's
Interesting.
gonna they're gonna draft the next top quarterback in this next year's draft?
They could get Ewers.
Ewers?
It's laughable to
First
think
and
about,
Ewers.
but it does happen. I mean, Josh Rosen literally was out as like a top 10 pick. I mean, he wasn't a 1 pick, but
1 year. 1 year later, they drafted Kyler 1 overall. Yeah.
so.
That's great.
I'm gonna go Falcons 1, Bucks 2, Panthers 3, Saints 4. I'm buying into the narrative a little bit that I think Bryce Young is gonna be a little bit better this year and show some flashes of being the guy in Carolina. And I think they'll finish as the 3rd team in that division. A lot better than last year, but probably still have their struggles.
Did you have
Who's
four?
the head coach last year?
Saints at 4.
Derek Carr gets benched. Spencer Rattler takes over.
That would actually be electric. I love Spencer Rattler. I don't, except when he was in high school. That dude kind of sucked
Who was the Panthers head coach last year?
as a person.
We know. Just say it.
No. No.
You want to slander
I
his
want to hear
name?
someone say it.
Slander his name.
The career killer himself, bro. Once you play under Frank Reich, it's your career goodbye because it's done. It's happened to what? Philip Rivers, Matt Ryan, Carson Wentz.
Wait, can you be called a career killer when you coach a dude who's like number 5 in career passing in his time? Is that
Dude,
really
he killed Andrew Luck, bro. A generational talent.
Andrew like retired?
Killed him.
Okay.
Done. Bryce Young's cooked.
All right, next division.
That's got places.
All
to be.
roads lead back to the Colts. Let's start with the AFC North. We got the Ravens, Bengals, Browns, Steelers. This is probably the toughest division in football.
Yeah, this is an NFC North or two.
We're getting 3 playoff teams out of this division.
I don't know.
hmm
Maybe.
Joe Shiesty back healthy. I'll start it off. I feel confident in my take. I got the Bengals winning the division. Ravens will be the 2. Browns will be the 3. Steelers will be the 4.
I like a Bengals bounce back here. I'll take the Bengals 1, Ravens 2, Browns 3, Steelers 4 as well. Look at that.
Look at you guys, so cute. I'm gonna go Browns. I am heavy on the Browns. I love them this year. They went crazy with a 50 million-year-old Joe Flacco, and I think Deshaun. Let me see MVP form Deshaun again, and we might see quite literally 14 wins out of those cats, even though they're not cats. Anyway, moving on. Ravens 2, Bengals 3, Steelers 4. Bengals, I want to like them. I want to. Haven't seen consistency out of Joe, even when he is healthy. I mean, he's balling. Jamar's a question mark. I mean, I think Connor might be the starting running back. I'm not sure. And it's just like, I don't know. I think they're got a lot to learn offensively and how they're gonna make it work. So, I think it's gonna take them too many games. Interject.
You said that I'm the starting running back over there. Are you forgetting about Zach Moss?
I know who Zach Moss is.
All roads lead back to the Colts.
Well,
He's a bum for the
interesting
Colts.
stat here,
He was a
stat here.
bum for the Bills. They traded him for a dude that's not even in the NFL anymore, and he's going to continue to be a bum on the Bengals.
Bum all you want. He was the leading rusher in the NFL throughout the first 8 weeks. Led the NFL in
What was
rushing.
the Bengals record going into Week 5 last year? I forget.
He didn't play for the Bengals last year.
Okay. He plays for the Bengals now, though.
Yeah, and he was the leading rusher through 8 weeks last year.
Cool.
I think it was the Colts system. I don't think it was Zach Moss.
Yeah, it was the fact that you guys' starting quarterback couldn't stay in the field, so you had some bum dude handing him the rock because he couldn't get the ball
This
to a
is
6
so
foot
weird.
million.
I didn't know the Colts were in the AFC North.
I know. So, okay, lock us in. Good job, Dave. Lock us in.
He was disrespecting Zach Moss, and Zach Moss is in the AFC North, so
Oh my god, bro.
gotta educate you with some stats.
I'm going Ravens, Bengals, Browns, Steelers.
Good job, Jeff.
Do we all have the Steelers at 4?
Yeah.
Steelers under 500 this year?
I mean, when they announced Russ out as the starting QB Week 1, that's all I need to know about where they're going this year.
I was thinking the same thing.
You know
How
there's
many
drama
weeks
in that
until
locker room.
Justin Fields is playing?
Yeah, if I was Justin, when they call my name, I'll be like, go out there and throw 3 picks just to make a point. I'm petty, though. I'm real petty.
Steelers Nation, let's ride.
Yeah, I'm Bengals, Ravens, Browns, Steelers.
Go. Let's move over to the AFC East with the Bills, Dolphins, Patriots, Jets. Such another very interesting division with. I mean, you could technically say if Drake May is good somehow this year, you could say 4 competing teams, but most likely we got 3 competing teams in the Patriots.
Jets.
Like that take again. You're real hot tonight, Jake. I love these takes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Say it with your chest, Hefe.
Give me the Jets.
You got 4. You got 3 other teams, brother. We've done this 6 times now.
Okay, I like the Jets, the Dolphins, the Bills, Patriots.
Give me the Bills, Jets, Dolphins, Patriots.
I'm gonna follow that up because I am right there with you, Connor. I think the Dolphins are going to crash out hard. So
I think the Dolphins are 1, Jets 2, Bills 3, Patriots 4.
I like it. I mean, I don't hate it because the Bills did regress, like except for Josh Allen, but tough.
Yeah.
Tough to pick against him, but I like it still. That makes sense.
It's so hard to have the Dolphins as my 3, but
I know.
it's going Jets, Bills, Dolphins, Patriots, and I think all 3 of those teams are going to be fighting up until like week 17, week 18 to see who the winner of that division is.
We're
And
gonna have some snowballs in Buffalo.
I'm actually curious. I don't know if you guys know off the top of your head what like the end of their schedules are looking like. If we have like a Bills Jets week 18 or Dolphins Bills or Dolphins Jets.
Yeah,
I'm hoping we get a week 18 finish in that division. Because some of those games, I mean, the Dolphins could shoot out any game. The Bills lost like half their defense. The Jets should have a pretty good defense, though.
Yeah, we got Miami at New York week 18, which could be for the division.
Decider. Yeah. But it's Josh Allen, too. But it's Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
But
and
it's
if
Josh Allen.
has a game lead playing the Patriots week 18, it's just over. Yeah.
In my mind, Josh Allen is just so he's going to get it done one of these years. Josh Allen is going to win a Super Bowl in his career. It's just so tough right now because what he said, Josh?
I don't think he's ever going to win it. I think he's overrated.
It's so tough right now, though, because the AFC is just riddled with just amazing quarterbacks. There's so many good quarterbacks. And another quarterback, here you go, Hefe, I'll sauce you some hype as a Chargers fan. Herbert's going to win a Super Bowl in his career, too.
Oh, Herbert ain't going to do it either.
There's so many good
Just
quarterbacks in the
Harbaugh
AFC.
a couple years.
It just sucks because Mahomes is just slaughtering the AFC. Like, it doesn't even matter. Like, they'll just sneak in the playoffs again this year. I don't even know if they'll look that good in the like they'll be good. The Chiefs are always going to be good when Mahomes is there, but they're going to be similar to last year, I think, where, I mean, they're going to get in the playoffs and they're going to turn it on, and they're just going to run through everyone, except Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen. I don't know.
Only 2
see.
quarterbacks from the AFC to win a Super Bowl for the next 10 years is Burrow and Mahomes. And NFC.
You got Lamar on there, too. I don't know, that's an L take. Yeah.
Lamar's not getting a Super Bowl ever in his career.
Never. Lamar will never get a Super
I'm just
Bowl.
not a Lamar believer. And you watch the playoff game, and that's why. When he needs to most, he can't throw. He's just good enough in the pass game to where you're not going to see his flaws that much, and he's so elite running, and he also has such good like team around him, like for what he does. When he needs to throw, that's when they struggle.
I don't know if I agree. Like, I remember that playoff game against Kansas City, and it was like 3rd and 25, and he broke like 3 different sacks and chucked the ball up to a 5'9" Zay Flowers, and it was the most perfectly passed ball under pressure off his back foot, 20 yards behind the line of scrimmage, game on the line to keep it alive. Like, they lost the game, I hear it, but like, I think from a talent perspective that you can't, like, he was MVP of the NFL, like something that only like 50 people have even said less because there's been multiple winners. It's just like, I don't think you can discredit his throwing that much. You can say it's not perfect and
The Ravens will.
too much.
You could, yeah, okay. I don't mean to cut you off, but the Ravens will, when Lamar is at quarterback, the Ravens will always be a run-first offense.
I think that's a Harbaugh thing, though. I think that's his coaching style. But
yeah, I don't know. He just doesn't wow me in the pass game. Like, he does have those plays, but like, he's not consistently a great passer.
Right.
They also have a new OC this year.
Yeah.
So
I'm out
Yeah.
on Lamar.
And DC. Yeah.
Everyone good on the north there? Or
The
the
East,
east?
yeah.
We got the north and the east. Let's go over to the west.
The West.
We got the Chiefs, Chargers. They go Hefe. Raiders and Broncos. Start us off, Hefe.
Chargers homer pick. Harbaugh's gonna get his LA Connor Stallion. Start cheating and sending them to all the games.
Nah, he's DC for a high school now.
So yeah, I mean, do I believe? Of course I believe.
Rank them, brother.
What about the rest of the
Chargers,
Sell us.
Chiefs,
Buy. Sell.
Broncos, Raiders.
Give me a real analysis. Don't talk about Connor Stallions. What does Jeff love about the Chargers in 2024?
We love 6'5" or 6'9". How tall is he? Fucking Joe Alt, and
Okay.
they're switching up they're completely switching up the offense.
Okay, Herbert's not getting in the dirt this year. He's going to be protected, right, Jeff?
Yeah, with his plantar fasciitis,
Okay.
he can only
Who's the
hurt
running
himself.
Positive. Sell me. Don't talk about Planter. Sell me on the Chargers. You're not selling me.
He's trying to buy.
Gus Edwards, J.K. Dobbins, and then once they both go down, we got Kamani Vidal, who is going
Do you think
to
who's gonna
take
end
the
up with the
NFL
most
by
players?
storm.
Who's the fantasy
Kamani
running back
with
you're
the most
drafting
points.
out of that backfield?
Yes. I need to hear this, Jeff. Pick one to draft in fantasy.
Kamani Vidal.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
Analysis, PPR guy. What do we like about Vidal? I'm not trying to put you on the spot. I want some depth to these thoughts.
He's not an old running back like that
Okay.
tore their fucking legs.
I like
4
that.
times.
That's a good take. Great take. I'm sold.
Like,
I'm sold. I'm going to go draft Vidal right now and bet on the Chargers to win the Super Bowl. Thank you, Jeff.
damn right. Quentin Johnson had that one-handed catch in practice. You guys saw it. He's
Oh,
back.
My wide receiver
saw it.
4, my king, my dynasty
Johnson
king.
breakout year.
I did feel a little sad parting with him. So
With
much
who?
belief in it.
sorry, I missed it.
Yeah, in this one, give me the Chiefs, Chargers, do Raiders, Broncos, and I'm crossing my fingers that Sean Payton gets fired.
Okay. Crossing your finger. You hope that a grown man gets fired. That's where you're at. Mike.
Yeah, I know that's bad, but
With a family and everything.
Yeah.
Sean Payton's pretty well off. He's pretty well off. He should be fine.
He's not getting fired.
not
They got 50 mil in debt to Russell. They clearly drew the line in the sand and saying we are on team Sean Payton because they could have fired him right then and there and decided to stay with Russ. But I think they're heavy on Sean. I'm gonna just go into my picks now. I got Chiefs 1, Chargers 2, Broncos 3. I think Sean gets it a little bit back on track. Raiders. I don't know why they hired Pierce. I know they play with some vigor, but I think Pierce is a Jeff Saturday type of coach. Should not be coaching an NFL squad. And yeah, I mean, stay away from the Raiders, boys. Every week you wake up on a Sunday morning and you see Raiders getting 10 points, and you're thinking they can cover 10. They can't cover 10. They can't cover 20. Don't ever bet the Raiders, and you'll lose money.
But Gardner. Minshew Mania.
But Gardner,
It's Minshew Mania. He can do anything. All Gardner does is cover.
all right. You were warned. You were warned.
It's a trap. It's a trap. I'm going to go.
I'll take.
You got it, Josh? You want it?
I'll do Chiefs 1, Chargers 2, Broncos 3, Raiders 4. The Raiders could be competing with the Panthers this year.
I'm in that
What?
same
Josh,
forward for me.
Locked. We're locked.
I am also. I just love Minshew though. I know the Raiders are gonna struggle, but I love Minshew, and I think Minshew's good enough to at least get the ball to Tay, and that's really all he's got to do.
Yeah, but there's going to be
Minshew
3
probably-
defenders.
Like, at least halfway through the season, probably, right? the fans are gonna be ravenous when the Raiders are like 0-7.
Yeah.
Broncos are sneaky going to be a lot better than people think this year with Bo Nix, I think, as well. I have them in the 3 as well in that division, just because I'm so high on Herbert and obviously the Chiefs. But I think the Broncos could be a sneaky 9-10 win team.
He's a dinker and a dunker. Big year for Javante.
Javonte Williams. We love Javonte this year.
Someone's gonna be getting the dinks and the dunks.
William McLaughlin.
In the arms of an angel.
Fly.
All right, let's move on over, Connor. We finally get to talk about your Colts. AFC South, we got the Texans, Colts, Jags, and Titans. You want to start us off, Connor?
Yeah, lead us off here, boys. Media's all talk. The media's all around Stroud right now. Don't buy into it. It's always Richardson. It's always the Colts.
Fake
They're
news.
140 to make the playoffs, which I think is a steal. Plus 140 to make the playoffs, and to win the division. Plus 325 on DraftKings. That is my lock of the year. Colts to win the division at plus 325. That is my lock of the year, boys. Texans are gonna be a close second. I mean, they're a good team. Don't get me wrong, but we're just slightly better. Jacksonville at 3. Titans at 4.
Will Levis
Have
at
a tough
4?
schedule this year too.
Put some respect on Will Levis's name.
I can't tell if this is how I truly think what's gonna happen, or if I'm gonna make Connor feel bad about himself. But I'm gonna take the Texans 1, Jaguars 2, Titans 3, Colts 4.
That's crazy. That's crazy. We'll have to make a wager on that.
Yeah. Anthony
You guys
Richardson
ready?
gets hurt. Who's the backup? Flacco still?
We got Joe Flacco.
I think Will Levis is gonna be good. I think we'll
Flex it.
surprise people.
I'm on the Levis train this year with Ridley and Hopkins. He's got weapons. And Chigo Okonkwo?
Chiggy. But yes.
I like Chigo.
Jake, I know you're on the Colts. I saw your parlays this year.
I'm not out of that division. I just threw the Colts in there for a little extra plus money on that. I did a 8-leg division parlay and I picked some wild cards. And I think that
What's another
division's
one?
honestly probably the most. The one I'm probably most undecided on, because I could legitimately see any of those 4 teams winning the division. But I'm gonna go. I'll go Texans, Jags, Colts, Titans. And it's hard putting Levis in my 4 because I think he's actually gonna have a really good year, and Titans might be decent. But
I agree with your words, Jake. I brought a prop out. Will the Jags finish first? Will the Jags finish second? Will the Jags finish third? Will the Jags come in last in the division? That's my hot take. I got Titans winning this bad boy. Loved everything you said about the Titans. I'm also a Titans buyer. I got Colts 3, and I got the Jags hearts breaking all across the world. Trevor Lawrence is indeed not him. Lock it in.
as a Jags fan, that's insane. You're doing the Josh tank from the Packers in Week 5 last year.
I'm not taking, but this isn't a tank. This is a genuine take. This is a genuine take. It's a genuine take. It's a super competitive division this year. I mean, I'm just not crazy about how we shaped up on paper. I know, signed BTJ, whatever we brought in, Gabe Davis, dude's a bomb. Who cares? Freeloader. Like, I don't know. Like,
doesn't Gabe Davis worship the devil? I'm pretty sure there's something crazy. I heard that through the grapevine as the owner of the Packers. Heard a couple of players talking back and forth. Apparently, Gabe Davis worships the devil.
I'm also
I'm
just not a Doug Peterson guy. Dude doesn't excite me. I don't know. The team is just very very low energy out of the squad. I'm not sold. I'm not sold. Prove me wrong. I got you at 4 right now. You can go up if you start proving me wrong, but I'm not sold.
He's gonna have this in his locker. He opens every day when he gets to the facility. Big P ranking him 4. That's his motivation for the season.
It should be. Wake up, kids, wake up.
I'm shocked.
Got Texans, Jags, Titans, Colts.
Yeah, Colts and 4.
Connor's in disbelief.
That's what I'm talking about.
Does anyone want to make a bet with me? Because this is like the one I'm most confident about.
Just division
The Colts
winner.
are gonna win
We can
the
take
division.
anyone.
Who thinks the Colts are going to finish fourth? Someone said they're going to finish fourth.
2 people did.
I think they're gonna finish 4th, but
I think 3 people did. Oh no, 2 people. Just
Mm.
Josh and Jeff.
we should get better odds.
Okay,
I'm not
so let's
confident
make
in
a
them
bet where
finishing
if the Colts
fourth,
win the
but-
division, then you lose, and if the Colts finish last, then I lose. But if they're like second or third, no blood.
How much? 1,000?
Let's do. I'll do $20 on the pot.
Okay, sure. $20.
This is even odds if the Colts win the division or if they end up in last.
So if the Colts win the division, I win $20. If they come in last place, I lose $20. Anything in the middle, no blood.
I'll take that. Sure.
You know, there's sports books out there,
Is it on
Connor.
that?
If you
So
want to gamble.
I got Josh, I got Jeff. Who else?
I'm
You
good.
guys want in?
I'm good on
All
that
right,
one.
$20 each.
Yeah,
20
I'm
bucks
good.
each.
I'll make a bet with you. Anthony Richardson versus Bo Nix passing yards this year.
I won't take that.
That's
I won't
such
take
an interesting bet.
No, that's not Richardson's style, man.
What
Richardson will,
else?
like Richardson will throw for like 150 and have like an insane game, like an almost like perfect game.
What else did we want to get in here other than talking about the Colts? Did we want to do like seeding predictions for AFC, NFC, and like Super Bowl winner, or
I think
Like, what
we could
else were
all
we
pick
trying
a
to get
super.
in?
We could all pick a Super Bowl winner, and then we can just do some little fun, like maybe
Okay.
pick some guys we think we really like
Are we
fantasy wise,
doing,
whether it be sleepers or maybe like your top guys that you think are really gonna ball this year.
For the Super Bowl winners, are we just picking like Packers, Chargers, Colts, and then whatever? Big
Yeah,
T's
pick a
doing?
matchup and then pick a winner.
Whatever Big B's feel.
yeah, because there's one person on this pod that uses his brain instead of his heart.
I always
using your
I'm
heart's
always
more
use my
fun.
heart. Lead with
And
the
this
heart.
is why anyone don't take these guys. back
Jets,
as
Packers,
financial
Packers
advice.
winning the Super Bowl. I'm just kidding. I'm
I
just
got
kidding.
Packers, Bengals. Jordan Love over Burrow.
I like that.
They got the Lions in the Super Bowl.
NFC's wide open again, honestly.
I have the 49ers and the Colts.
Who wins?
I would love to see the Jets in the Super Bowl.
That'd be
That's
electric.
Lions. That would be.
It would be so sad to see Rodgers win another Super Bowl. I mean, it wouldn't be sad to see it because I would be like rooting for him as long as they're not playing the Pack. But it would be like sad knowing Rodgers got another one before we did. It'd be good though,
Yeah.
just for a legacy aspect and to prove his greatness and all these people that don't know ball trying to say he's not even a top 5 quarterback of all time. Like,
I have to defend Aaron Rodgers on like a every other day basis. I feel so. I'm really emotionally invested in him doing well.
people are just kind of
Give me
forgot.
Jets Lions. That's my Super Bowl pick.
Jets Lions.
Jets Lions.
People have not
Yeah.
forgot about Aaron Rodgers. I was just looking at the odds. He's plus 140 to win comeback player of the year.
Yeah, but that's
Well, that
the
one's
gimme.
easy.
Just because he was out all last year.
Yeah, I mean, you're not forgotten about if you're plus 140 to win comeback player of the year, though. I mean,
What
the
are
Jets
Anthony
still-
Richardson's odds?
I'd say
I
he's
don't know. I
forgotten
should
about
look
in the
into that.
quarterback rankings of the NFL. Like, people are ranked like their top quarterbacks, and he's not even cracking top 10.
Ooh, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Which there is a lot of good young quarterbacks in the league right now. But, I mean, show some respect.
Mahomes is top 10 all time already.
Mahomes is top
Mahomes is
3
not
all time already.
Mahomes is already the best quarterback ever.
Ever?
Yeah, probably.
It's tough. It's
Right.
tough to say that when you got different parts of history. Like, I mean, you're talking about a time in place where they literally didn't throw the football, and your quarterback was your starting running back. You know, so it's like ever, like you can call them like modern generation. As soon as you start going back to like, I'm surprised you being a Packers fan aren't like Bart Starr. You know, dude only won the first 3 Super Bowls. You know
First
what I'm
two.
saying? Like,
And a championship the year before the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I mean, the players now are nothing like the players back then. They're way better. So I don't
That's what I'm
even.
saying.
There's
If
no
you give me
point.
a modern Bart
There's no
Starr, he's
point
throwing
in
for seven
having a
thousand
conversation.
yards.
There's no comparison between the players
They
now
didn't
and
even
then
have
the players.
African Americans in the league back then.
Yeah, there's not even like a comparison
Well,
to make.
no, but that's what I'm saying. You can't say the word ever because it's different eras of the game. Yeah,
I'm saying he's
different.
the
This is
best.
the basketball debate.
Mahomes is the best quarterback to ever play football. He might not be the greatest, but he's the best, like the most talented.
I agree.
This is Jordan LeBron right now.
And
Okay.
Rodgers is too.
And
Best.
Rodgers is the second
Best
most
ever.
talented.
All right,
That's
before we
quarter-
get too sidetracked, I'm gonna make my Super Bowl
All
announcement.
roads lead back to the Packers.
Out of the NFC, I got a historic franchise has not seen success in the playoffs in a long time. I got the Cowboys making the Super Bowl, and I also like the new best quarterback in the NFL, year 2, CJ Stroud, to win the Super Bowl. Give me the Houston Texans raising Lombardi at the end of the year.
This is you thinking with your brain.
That's my brain. That's full brain power, 130%. I took a limitless pill before I got on the pod.
Mr. Unlimited.
SEC future.
Mr. Unlimited. Actually, y'all give me the Steelers. Mr. Unlimited. Wow.
Is that everyone's Super Bowl prediction?
Nah, I gotta do mine still. I'm torn between two teams. I'm gonna go Packers Bills. Packers win.
Is that the prediction
Was that-
you had last?
Yeah, that might have
I
been.
know.
That was my prediction from last year too. But we run it back. No one's got any faith in Josh Allen after he lost Stephon Diggs and like half his defense. And I think people are gonna realize that Josh Allen is one of those guys that is gonna win regardless of who's around him.
Maybe.
Book it. All right.
Okay.
Are we going more fantasy wise this season or more I guess
Fantasy.
Guide us. Guide us.
let's
What
go
was, what was Connor's Super Bowl pick?
I was Colts Niners. Colts take it. 15
Asterisk,
ground pound,
Okay,
baby.
sorry.
I'll bet on that.
Colts last in the division, or they make the Super Bowl. 20 bucks.
All right, we'll go around. We'll all pick like 2 or 3 guys, fantasy wise, that you think are either gonna dominate or kind of like sleeper picks that you really like. Guys that you're kind of seeing across multiple of your fantasy teams, let's say.
I started, boys.
BTJ.
I think this one's like the most like obvious. I think Marvin Harrison. I think he's going like round 2 in
No
redraft
bias.
leagues.
What a
bias.
sleeper.
Is Tyreek Hill your next pick?
Nope, number 2. Give me. I think this is my hot take. I think Jaden Daniels has a better year fantasy wise than Caleb Williams. So number 2 and then number 3. Give me.
I don't think that's a hot take at all. I think Jaden's probably
Definitely not
projected
a hot
more.
I'm in love with Brian Thomas too. I think he's gonna have an insane year.
Can you give us some non-rookies, brother? Holy shit. Sorry.
All I do is predict rookies, man.
Okay. He's the rookie whisperer. Got you.
I'll give 3 hits and 1 dud. Calvin Ridley's gonna be a monster. They're paying him like a monster. He should be a monster. Will Levy's gonna have a good year. That's not my second pick. Calvin Ridley 1. I love Jalen Wright. I think Jalen Wright could sneak in to
It's
get
too
some reps.
crowded.
And Mostert and Achane, Jalen Wright's gonna be the RB2. do at some point this year. And we saw what Achan did as RB2 last year. I think he is going to work his way in the lineup. I think he's going to be good. I think Jackson Smith and Jigba is going to have a huge year. Tyler Lockett's probably going to barely exist on that team, I'm thinking. And then Stephon Diggs is not going to exist this year. He's going to completely fall off the earth. It's going to be only Tank Dell and Nico.
Interesting.
You all right, baby?
Good. Yeah, I don't know what that was. Take up burp combined to just destroy my insides. It's all good though. I can go next. I'm buying Garrett Wilson for the New York Jets. I like him from a volume perspective. I like him when he actually has a quarterback who can throw to him, and I like him being on a top 3 scoring offense this season. I also really like Chris Olave for a lot of the same reasons, but minus the top 3 scoring offense part. I think he is going to just probably hit 120 like receptions, maybe 13, 14, like have kind of a CD type of year. And then my like big guy, and I know this isn't really like a sleeper pick, but it's CD himself. I think he's now that he's signed the dotted line. I mean, we got 2 old running backs in Rico Dowdle. We got no tight ends. We got a 40-year-old Brandon Cooks at wide receiver 2 and no one else. I think if that offense gets to 5K yards this year total, I think CD has to have like a 1,900-yard performance if they want to be a top 10 passing offense again. I think he's going to go crazy this year. And then I stay away, and I know I just picked the Houston to win the Super Bowl for the same reason that, I mean, in the same sentiment as Josh just said, stay away from Diggs. I'm going to say stay away from Nico and probably even extend that to all of the Texans receiving room and Joe Mixon. I think it's just like, I mean, we got like a line of dogs trying to eat, but like we only got like 1 can of food type of shit. Like, unless you're drafting CJ Stroud, I would stay away from like, they're all gambles. And I'm seeing Nico go like top 20. And, you know, you can get Diggs at 40. You can get Tank at like 50. I'm talking average draft position for the fantasy guys. It's like, why is Nico getting 20 picks ahead of Diggs and Tank? Like, in the same sentiment, I just would kind of fade all 3 of them,
I like
even though I
Diggs
like them.
out of the 3 of those,
So.
just from the diva aspect. I feel like he can bully CJ Stroud as a young player to feed him the ball more.
Bully him.
He's throwing fits on the sideline in preseason. It's already on.
It's already happening.
We could get a Buffalo Bills situation where Stephon just stops playing football like 6 weeks in.
That's fine because
They're gonna be good,
Stroud
though.
did what he did last year with Noah Brown and Nico and whoever else was,
That was a
working
shocking
in that
cut
receiver
today.
core.
You see that cut? The Noah Brown cut?
Yeah.
No, Brown.
Shocked by that.
Where did he
Someone's
sign
gotta
with?
take him out.
Washington? I think he signed to Washington.
He did. Yeah, it's a good pickup after
good.
just losing Jahan.
Yeah.
I have 5 guys that I am just ecstatic about and trying to get on as many rosters as I can. Trey McBride, not really like sleeper, but probably 4th, 5th round pick. I've been reaching on him 3rd, 4th round to get McBride in most of my teams. One player that I don't think has been talking about a lot and is really going to be reliant on a rookie quarterback, which is kind of scary, and Caleb Williams, is I love Keenan Allen just as much as I did last year, because all this guy does is just 10 reception games. He just catches so many balls, and he's so consistent and so reliable. He's such a safety net for Caleb. I think he's going to catch a lot of balls, where DJ's probably going to get more of the big plays. So, love Keenan. Lad McConkey, another guy. Rookie, Chargers. I think Herbert's going to throw the ball a lot more than people think. People think just because Harbaugh's coming in that he's like they're just going to turn into a running offense. There isn't a running there's probably 2 to 3 running offenses in the NFL. It's a passing league, and you have one of the best quarterbacks in the league. You're going to throw the ball. Who's going to get it? It's probably going to be McConkey. Josh Palmer, DJ Chark. I think QJ is the 4, I guess. But love McConkey this year. I think he's gonna take over that Keenan Allen role of last year and catch a lot of balls. Khalil Shakir is another guy I love, and I haven't really seen a lot of other people talking about him, but for some reason people think Curtis Samuel and who's the third?
Keon
Who's the
Coleman.
other wide receiver for the Bills there?
Keon Coleman.
Keon.
Coleman.
The rookie. Yeah, Keon. Keon's almost like a Mike Evans type of player. Completely different role than Khalil Shakir anyway. I don't think that's going to affect him much at all. Curtis Samuel's the more role that he does that I think people are more worried about for Khalil, but I feel like Shakir is already established with Josh, and I think he's going to catch over 100 balls this year. And I think, my last guy is Rashee Rice. As long as he plays the whole season in that suspension, doesn't have any issues, he's getting drafted way too late for no reason, especially after the rookie season he just had.
Probably to get suspended mid-season is what it sounds like.
Potentially. From what I heard, it sounds like he's not even going to get touched this year. But they keep going back and forth.
A report just came out tonight saying that once like the legal process is done is when the NFL is going to like determine the penalty.
That is interesting. But as long as he's playing, I love Rashi.
All right. My guys. Brian Thomas Jr. Hot take, maybe not. I'm going to put money on it. He's going to lead receivers in receiving yards. Get it that at 13-1. Love the value
All of
there.
them? Every single one?
Just rookies?
Every single rookie. Yeah, that includes
Oh,
Marvin.
rookie. Every single rookie. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Love the value there, 13-1. He's getting a lot of reps with the Jags. Fantasy-wise, Chris Godwin. I know he's old as shit. Moving back into the slot.
Mr. Consistent.
Another guy who gets like 10 receptions a game. Kyle Pitts. You know he's burned everyone for like 3 years now. But
At quarterback.
as a quarterback. If not this year, then when? Then I guess this isn't like hot, but I think Brees Hall ends the year RB1.
Love that. Can I ask a question to Hefe?
What's up?
You buying or selling Eckler comeback in Washington?
Eckler comeback. I think he has a better year than he did last year. I know that he's splitting reps with Brian Robinson, but I mean, it still looks like he's getting goal line reps. So I guess if you're talking fantasy wise, I mean, I guess fantasy or like normal, just statistically,
yeah.
I think that he's gonna have a better year than he did last year. I
So
think
his
that
ADP
ankle sprain that he suffered in week 1 of last year like lingered throughout the season, which caused him to not, do well. And now that he's like back healthy, I know they're still splitting reps, but like,
Yeah.
a lot of other teams have a committee.
Speaking of...
His ADP is 114, and last year I'm pretty sure Buddy was going first round in many drafts.
He was.
So you can get him like
interesting.
10 or 11th round, and I like Eckler there personally.
What do you all think of Cooper Kupp, speaking of lagging injury from last year? Do you think he bounces back to Kupp form?
Love it.
Buying
Wide
Cooper.
receiver 1. Top 10 wide receiver finish.
I'm off him this year.
I'll go top 12. I bet Cooper Kupp and Puka both finished top 12.
I don't hate that take, Josh, honestly.
I just don't... Was he that hurt last year? Like, he was just playing through, like,
He was on
nagging
IR.
injuries and...
He was on IR to start the season, so
I know
he
that,
missed.
but
But
he
it
just-
takes you some time. Yeah.
I had him in fantasy last year, and I had him in... Like, I was so high on him last year. Just because he was Mr.
Same.
Consistent. All he did was catch balls. And then he had,
Yeah.
like... When he did play, it looked like he was very limited, probably because of injury. But even, like he was getting the same targets last year. It was just... He was not creating, like, any separation. Like, when he was normally getting open, like, the year prior when he had his Triple Crown season. Like, I was watching every Rams game because I was on Cup in both my leagues and I actually had Puka in one of them, too. and it just didn't look like he was getting separation.
I think it was a lingering injury.
Could be.
Yeah, hammies.
I'm off him this year.
Hammies are tough.
But
He's getting older.
He scares me.
Who strained both their hammies. Hammies
Yeah,
are tough.
he's risky at ADP 16. He is risky to take a second round flyer because you'd be drafting him over a guy like Olave, or a guy like even Malik Neighbors, who's just, again, from a pure volume perspective, not because I like Danny Dimes. I fuck Danny Dimes, honestly, but like
4,000
anyone
yards,
who's
though.
throwing the ball in New York is throwing it to Malik Neighbors. That's just what's going to happen.
Neighbors over Cup.
I would.
I would too, honestly.
I think I lean Cup.
Honestly, all the receivers in that range, I like over Cup. I like 2 out of the 3 of those Texans. I like Diggs and Nico over him too. But to each their
It's
own.
tough.
I don't know. Everyone's got their.
Someone's falling out of that Texans lineup. Someone's going to draft the Texans guy thinking this could be the year he blows up and they're going to get completely torched by it. It's kind of risky. It's boom or bust,
Mm-hmm. What do you got, Connor? You got your. Did you do your picks
Yeah,
yet?
I got roasted for picking rookies. Yeah.
He took all the rooks.
You went first. That's right. Interesting.
I do want to say
one more.
Uh-oh.
I took that bet. Yeah, it's actually 16-1 DraftKings. Brian Thomas to lead rookies in receiving yards, and I was looking.
Oh, even better odds.
Big May is 10-1 to lead rookies in passing yards, and I think the Patriots are gonna be losing most of the games, so I don't hate 10-1 odds for Big May.
Jalen Polk is very interesting on New England as well. I like Jalen Polk.
He is
I like that too. There's always that rookie connection.
40-1 to lead receivers.
Who was your other one, Hefe, you were about to give out?
Chase Brown.
Actually,
Chase Brown.
Oh, Chase Brown.
Backup.
I like Chase.
see, you say backup. He's probably the starting third down back who's going to have the opportunity to take over early down reps once Zach Moss bum ass realized, he can only run in a straight line. He can't do anything else. And, I like Chase Brown for that reason.
Tell me if I'm crazy for this, boys. For this next fantasy draft I'm doing, it's 3 wide receivers, a flex, quarterback, tight end, 2 running backs, kicker, defense. I legitimately might not draft a running back till around 7, 8, 9, 10. 7, 8, 9, 10.
Full point
And I'll
PPR?
draft 4 in a row. Full PPR. I think I'm gonna go.
Hero.
I'm gonna go 4
Go
wide
Hero.
receivers, a quarterback, and a tight end before I take a single running back.
I think
Bold.
there's too many good receivers you can get at like round 5, 6, and 7. I would take at least one running back.
I think I'm gonna have
Running backs
4
are so streamable.
elite wide receivers, a great tight end, a great quarterback, and then I'm gonna roll the dice with 4 running backs in a row in that range where Mostert, Chase Brown, J.K., Aaron Jones might not be in that range at that point. I think he's a little short than that. Who else is in that running back range right there?
Brian Robinson Jr.
I don't like
Get
him.
Brian Robinson Jr.
I don't like him.
J.K. Dobbins is
Javonte.
a good.
Javante's in that range for sure. He's interesting. James Conner's in that range.
I feel like James Conner's going.
Jonathan Brooks is in that range, who I actually love, and he'll be sitting in my IR about the first 4 weeks as well. I think that's probably going to be my play in that league, so be interesting.
If you're in the
I
second
mean, it
round,
depends who falls to you.
Little Zamir
Yeah,
White.
Jameer Gibbs
I like
is
Zamir.
falling to you.
I like Zamir. I think
I don't
Zamir's
like-
going to be a volume guy.
Gibbs is fine, but I'd rather get like an elite receiver than elite running back in my mind, because I feel like even those like Mostert from
So-
last year and Kamara from last year, like those are guys that were like top 5, top 7 running backs in fantasy last year that got drafted in rounds 8 or later.
A lot of people don't know this. Rashad White finished running back 4 for fantasy purposes last year. Rashad White.
I do like him a lot. I have him in 2 of my leagues, but
And he's got
Going like
no
round 3.
Yeah, his
No,
ADP
round
is
3,
50
4.
on DraftKings.
Kenneth
50.
Walker's interesting to me too, who's like similar range, maybe a little after Rashad. But alrighty, boys.
Rashad-
You can also get
You guys got any
Rasheed.
last hot minute takes? Anything you want to add before we wrap up our first episode of the season?
Yeah, are we gonna do a punishment for last place in records?
Yes. We got to agree on something, and we should probably do it now.
And it
All right,
also
let's do something innocent.
it carries to the previous year too, right? For whoever finished last year.
Who was that?
Nah, we're okay. I don't even think it was me because you guys started missing episodes.
You guys.
The results, the results I think were inconclusive. All I know is I finished first. But anyway, we should
I was gonna
implement.
tail all of
We could do.
tail all of
We can make it money and something we definitely don't want to have to
I
do.
like something embarrassing that could get thrown up on like the YouTube channel. So like cross dress and then walking like a full lap through the grocery store.
Connor's
and then
just
you gotta
looking for an
regret
excuse to wear a dress.
it. I don't
Classic
like
Colts fan behavior.
Connor's tanking on purpose. Connor's tanking for the cross dress this year.
Your
Mile.
Connor's like, this is the best excuse I've ever come up with.
He's like,
mile?
how do I work this in?
Beer mile.
Beer mile.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with beer
I don't
mile.
know if I can do a 1 out of 5 chance at a beer mile.
I can't even
It's not
run a
hard.
mile, to
I
be
mean,
honest.
ultimately, like you're not gonna. We're all out of shape. Who's actually gonna be able to run a mile? Probably like at the. I mean, we all probably could, but like with 4 beers, there's gonna be points where you're gonna walk too. You just have to complete it. Could take you
I've
an
never
hour
had
if
4
you're.
beers inside an hour.
Can I do it in a dress? Can I cross dress while I run?
You've
the
never
beer
had
mile?
4 beers in an hour, Connor?
No, I would probably die.
What?
Damn.
Mine also weighs like 125 pounds.
Damn. Is this all? Are all Colts fans like this? They wear dresses and don't drink. How do
This
they
is
cheer for
our
the Colts?
Colts. This is our team.
I was just about to say, I was so
bleed
pulled up.
blue. Then I'm
Beer
cool.
mile. Do you want to do beer mile?
We do beer mile or 999. You could have your pick of what you want to do.
Oh, I want to do no.
Or Connor,
have
you
to
can
go
sub
to a
in.
game?
You can sub in White Claws or a seltzer if you really want to.
Dude, go to a
I'm fine with
local
that.
game. That's not the Tigers.
Well, Tigers game is like $8 anyway, but
Oh, true facts.
the hot dogs and beers there.
I
are
think
gonna
beer
cost
mile
you.
would be way easier than 999. But I guess if you really want, we'll do punishment is either gonna be 999 or beer mile. And should we do a little like, loser gives the winner $25 or $50 to really incentivize us to like give it our all?
Should we? Okay, if we're gonna add all this extra stuff, are we doing total wins? Because Connor and Jeff are gonna miss at least 3 or 4 podcasts.
Or win percentage.
I'll be good for it.
We'll do
Total wins, I
we'll do
think.
win percentage if it starts to become an issue. But if like you miss like 6 episodes, that's going to be a real problem, and you're probably just going to have to take the punishment.
But if we do total wins, it's gonna encourage people to call in every week.
Just they can still submit their picks and we just like read them off.
Yeah,
if
but you
someone
could
really
have- You could be like 150 and like 70, and then someone who's 170 and 50. I don't know.
I hear you.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna copy someone's picks. I'm just gonna copy Jake's picks for the whole season, so I can't lose.
I'm gonna copy Jeff's picks. That's copying Jake's picks.
We're all going to copy all of each other's picks, and we're all going to do the beer mile. We're all going to give each other $25 in a circle. All right, we'll lock that in. $25 and a beer mile. Whoever comes in last. So, best of luck,
Alright, I'm cool
boys.
with that.
Do we want to... We'll leave the division stuff out of it. That'll just be like a for fun thing. I'll keep track of that, too.
Maybe that'll be like a tiebreaker thing if people are
I'm
tied
cool with
for
that.
like first or something.
Yeah, if there's same record, the division winners will be the tiebreaker. Good idea, Hefe. Now we're talking. But that's all we got,
Cool.
boys. Thanks for an awesome first episode, and look forward to another fun season with you boys. Make sure if you guys are watching, hit that sub button. I think we're up to like 31 subs on YouTube. In the off season, we went up like 4 subs. We didn't even
Oh my
post any.
God.
Hell yeah!
Look at us, boys.
People were missing the season.
We're on the come up. But love you guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.